professor at Arizona State University in Phoenix, Arizona in the US. I teach about the governance of science and technology, particularly in the biosciences. Here I'm teaching in the Science and Technology Studies stream about governance of science and technology internationally. So the project of our stream is to deepen conversations about how to approach the governance of science and technology, particularly where forms of science and technology cross borders. And so our problems of transnational governance. Questions about how technologies are designed, about who makes judgments about what sorts of innovation is desirable and good, and about the ways in which background social circumstances, institutional arrangements, and other dimensions of law and policy that tend not to get paid attention to in the development of technologies. What alternatives there might be for governance of technologies when you think about how those technologies are embedded in societies and cultures. Science and technology are increasingly important in shaping societies, in shaping economies, and in relationships between people around the world, of course. Take social media, for example. Take the internet and cyber digital technologies in general. Take pharmaceuticals. Take reproductive technologies. These travel into different countries and from one country into the next, and they are issues of transnational governance. They also shape our lives in profound ways. And so questions about the rule of law are incomplete if they don't attend to the ways that knowledge, expertise, and technology shape our lives, including how our lives are governed. They are integrated in important ways into law and are shaped by law. And so we have to attend to science and technology in conjunction with the way we think about law and policy. So we talked about two cases in our stream today. One is the recently announced case of twins that were produced in China that have been genetically edited. The other case that we discussed was a case of transnational surrogacy, and in particular a case in Thailand where an Australian couple commissioned a woman to carry their twins, and when the babies were born, one of them had Down syndrome, and the Australian couple decided they didn't want that one, and so abandoned it. And it was a sort of a strange problem because it was their child, and yet there was no law that attached that child to them, and they could simply leave the country and leave their child behind. Because these are just two examples of the complicated problems that in the domain of reproductive medicine that require attention in domains of law and policy. Well, one of the very important things we're doing at this meeting of the Institute for Global Law and Policy at Harvard and of the Thai Institute for Justice is to gather together and find ways of asking more robust questions, better questions about these kinds of problems in a wide range of areas of policy and law. And in my view, the best way of coping with these things is to understand them better. And that means developing expertise and having cross-disciplinary conversations of the sort that we're having here that open up questions to richer forms of thinking so we can come up with more creative solutions, more innovative ways to approach those problems and find ways to move forward.